Welcome back to Catch. My name is Zachary Q, and I'm going to be your teacher today for Catch. So throughout this whole Catch experience, you guys have learned about healthy and unhealthy foods, and go, slow, and whoa foods, and what makes foods go, slow, or whoa. You've also learned about go, slow, or whoa activities, and how to balance all these different kinds of activities and foods in our daily lives. So today, what we're going to be learning about are some reasons why we might not choose go foods or activities. These are called barriers. It can be pretty easy to reach these go foods and go activities, but there are some other times when you might have some barriers in your way to doing these go foods and go activities, and you feel like you can only have whoa foods or whoa activities. Can you guys think of some times when you might not be able to do go foods and go activities?
So what are some reasons or barriers for not choosing Go Foods? Well, some reasons you might be not choosing Go Foods as much is if you don't have any Go Food options around you. If your family eats out a lot at restaurants where they don't have as many Go Foods. If your relatives maybe make a lot of fried foods or foods that aren't Go Foods. Or if you have a friend who doesn't want to eat Go Foods, even if you want to eat Go Foods. There's a lot of different reasons why you might not choose Go Foods, and a lot of different things that kind of serve as barriers to eating Go Foods. There's also some different reasons why you might not be able to do Go activities. Some of these reasons are if there's bad weather so you can't go outside, if you're alone and you can't go outside alone, if you're too busy to do Go activities, if you're too tired to do them, if you'd rather just stay in and play some video games, or if you have a favorite TV show that's on. There's a lot of different reasons why you might choose not to do Go activities, but there's also a lot of ways we can work around them and try and include more Go activities.
Four different ways you can still choose healthy options, even if you're having some barriers towards doing so. You know, choose, change, plan ahead, and decide in a little. We'll start with choose. So when you have go foods available, always choose those go foods over whoa foods or slow foods. Even if you have slow foods available instead of whoa foods, try and choose those instead. The next way you can eat healthier when you have barriers is to change. So changing is changing whoa foods into slow or go foods. For example, if you're eating chicken nuggets, you could ask to have baked chicken nuggets instead of fried chicken nuggets. Or you could ask for a version in a potato chip with a little less fat, so baked potato chips instead of fried potato chips. There's lots of different ways you can change slow foods and whoa foods, that they can be go foods. On our list is planning ahead. So if you want to plan ahead, there's lots of things you can do. If you're going to a restaurant, you could look at the menu for that restaurant beforehand. Or if you're going to a friend's house, you could pack a healthy snack to bring with you instead of eating what's there. This can also work if you're going to practice this for some kind of team. You can always plan ahead and plan to eat on go foods. And this might make it easier than eating the whoa foods that are easily available. Last on our list of ways you can eat healthy is to decide on less. So if you do only have whoa foods available, remember it's okay to eat whoa foods sometimes, but it's not all the time. So if you are going to eat whoa foods, just decide on eating less of it. We'll talk a little bit more about portion sizes in an upcoming lesson, but for now it's important to decide on maybe a little bit less of the whoa foods if that's what's available to you. I'll have you guys thinking more about different ways you can change whoa behaviors and foods for go behaviors and foods. So we have some letters that were written to Dear Ellie by fifth graders just like you. And each of them are people who are having a little bit of a hard time choosing go foods and go activities. Now what we need you guys to do is you guys are going to use your 4 ways to choose healthy options. So change, choose, plan ahead, and decide on a little in order to help that student and choose go foods and go activities instead of the ones they're currently using. So we're going to read off some different letters to you guys, and I want you guys to think of some different ways that you could suggest that they choose go activities and foods instead of whoa ones.
Our first letter for Ellie is, Dear Ellie, I'm on the swim team at our neighborhood community center. I have practice for 2 hours after school every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I really enjoy swimming, and I know this is a great go activity. When I get out of the pool and wipe off, I'm wiped out and need something to eat in a hurry. The only foods available at the community center are candy bars and chips in the vending machines. So what else can I do but buy those go foods? Sincerely, I go for the whoa.
Our first student feels like they can only get food from the vending machine and that they can only really get chips and candy from there. So what are some ways that you guys think we could change, choose, plan ahead, or decide on less for our first student? So that maybe she can choose slow or go foods instead of the whoa foods she's currently eating. Let's look at a few different options.
So there's a lot of different things that Ellie could do in this scenario. She could follow each of the four different ways you change healthy behaviors. So she could choose a snack like veggie chips or a candy bar with nuts. Those are available because those are a little bit healthier. She could change normal candy bars or chips for big chips or a granola bar if the vending machine has those. She could plan ahead so she could pack a snack and take it with her to swim practice instead of always taking one from the vending machine. Or she could decide on a little, so that would be getting a smaller candy bar or only eating half of the bag of chips and saving the rest of it for later. Another letter we have for Dear Ellie. Dear Ellie, once a week my family and I eat dinner at a fast food restaurant called Golden Starches. I love this place. I always order a super duper double burger with cheese and bacon, a large fry, and a jumbo shake. I know I shouldn't be eating all this stuff every week, but it's always what I want once I get there. Ellie, how can I go to Golden Starches and have a good time, a good meal, and feel good about what I eat? Sincerely, what I want is what I get.
Another place where people often have a hard time choosing foods to eat instead of the slow foods that are usually on the menu. But there are still ways you can choose go foods and activities when you're at a restaurant, um, even though they often mainly have woe items. So think, what are some ways that even at a restaurant where you're getting fries and shake, you could still choose some go foods?
There's a lot of different things that our friend can do here. For instance, she could change some parts of the meal while still having some slower woe foods as a treat. She could order a single burger instead of a double. She could order it without bacon, or get a baked potato or a different side option instead of the fries. She could choose a different item on the menu, like a grilled chicken sandwich instead of a burger, a different side option, or a smaller dessert. She could plan ahead. She could look at the menu of the restaurant on their website ahead of time to help them decide what they want. Or she could decide on a little, so getting a smaller burger, a smaller fry, or a smaller shake. So lots of different things our friend could do here to choose a few more go foods and less woe foods. Another letter that was written to Ellie reads, Dear Ellie, I have to stay in the house after school until my parents get home from work. I can't do any go activities outside, so every day I have to just sit and play old video games. I'm not allowed to have any friends over either. What can I do, Ellie? Yours truly, Home Alone 2.
In this letter, our students ran to Ellie to find go activities to do instead of go foods. And they're kind of stuck up in the house all day, so they don't really have a lot of good go activities to do. However, there are some ways that you could still choose, change, plan ahead, or decide on a little to get some more of those go activities in there instead of the whoa activities like playing video games. So think, what are some ways that even at home, if there's not anyone around, you can still do some go activities?
There's a lot of different things that our friend here could do to change their behavior, even if it seems like there's nothing they can do. She could change or do some things in the house that are a little more active. If they have a Wii or alternative motion games, that can get you up and moving. We also have YouTube videos for kids and physical activities, so you can watch those and have a little fun with that. You could choose. So choose games that are a little bit more educational or do more educational activities instead of less educational games. Do you have anything that helps you learn too, that can always help. Plan ahead. So ask your parents what kind of active things you can do at home. I'm sure they have lots of great ideas. And decide on a little. So mix up playing video games with educational activities and active things you can do in your house, like playing with your siblings. And the last letter we have here is, Dear Ellie, I go to day camp during the summer and I have to take along my own bag lunch. I can never decide what to pack in that bag, Ellie, so I just throw in a couple candy bars, some chips, and a box of juice. I'm really sick of this lunch, but I don't know what else to do. Sincerely, my bag is a drag.
Lunch can be another thing that's often difficult for people to do, because sometimes it's a lot easier to put woe foods in your lunch bag instead of go and slow foods. But I know there's some ways that the student could still choose, change, plan ahead, and decide on a little so that they have a healthier lunch that keeps them energized throughout the day. So think, what are some ways a student could choose, change, plan ahead, or decide on a little to have a healthier lunch?
So what can our friend do here? There's a lot of different ways she can change her behavior using the 4 different ways to change behavior. So change some parts of the lunch that you pack, like having a sandwich instead of candy bars or veggie sticks instead of the chips. She could choose, so instead of candy bars, choose granola bars that are also easy, but a little bit healthier. Plan ahead, so making a snack the night before so you can take it with you. Or a sandwich so you don't have to do it in the morning. Decide on a little, so only having a small amount of candy or chips. So there's lots of different ways even our friend here can add in some extra healthy foods or take away a few of those whoa foods.
Great advice. I'm sure you guys all thought of different ways that all of our characters could choose, change, decide on a little, or plan ahead so that they can incorporate more go foods and go activities instead of whoa ones. Now what I want you guys to do is go back to the point in the video where we talked about different barriers people have to eating healthy, like relatives trying a lot of foods, not having any go foods available, bad weather outside so you can't do all the go activities you're used to playing. And I want you to think of using the 4 ways we talked about to change activities to healthy ones: choose, change, plan a little, and decide, in order to find ways to make those activities healthier. And these will help you choose more go foods and activities in your daily life. Now you guys are fully equipped to do go foods and go activities every day. Thank you so much and have a great day.